Hi there, this is Lainey Friedrich from Grow Your Advocacy. In this short demo, I'll show you an example of what creating your custom GYA chart looks like. You've probably already figured out that GYA stands for Grow Your Advocacy. When you get to the scheduler screen, you'll see that there are two appointment types. The first is a free 15-minute call, and the second is to create your custom chart. If you click on this section anywhere in here, the dates and times that are available will come up. I'm in the Eastern time zone, but you can change your time zone here to the one that's applicable for you. I schedule Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 o'clock, noon, and 1 p.m. Eastern time to do these types of sessions. So if those times and dates are not going to work for you, or if these happened to be scheduled up and unavailable, then schedule a 15-minute call with me and we'll coordinate a date and time that work for both of us. Let's use an example of someone who can make an appointment at 11 a.m. on Thursday, February 8th. So they click on the time and click continue. The next screen asks them for their name, last name, their phone number, so that I know where to call you at, an email. Now our promise here at Grow Your Advocacy, because we're just as tired of unsolicited email as you are, is that we'll only email you things you've requested. For this appointment, that means just sending you an immediate confirmation and then a reminder only the day of the appointment. Let's look now at the questionnaire. This questionnaire will help us create your custom GYA chart. For the 8 self-care categories listed below, type in activities you're currently doing or would like to start doing. Then answer one more final question at the end. If you think of more activities after you complete this, don't worry. Simply make note of them and we can add them during your consultation. I also ask people to bring their calendars and have them handy while they're on the call with me, because then we can really make sure that all the activities you're doing get put somewhere on the chart. And I really do look forward to helping you be more effective and have more fun. In this example, I'll use myself for my emotional needs. For example, I watch chick flicks. For my family needs, I care for my 2 kitties. And I go to family events. For my financial needs, I follow a budget. For fun, I spend time with my boyfriend. For lifelong learning, I have the Grow Your Advocacy business, which teaches me something new every single day. And I'm also working on 2 campaigns. One is a ballot proposal, and one is for a candidate. For physical health, I do yoga 2-3 times a week, and I run 3 times a week, and I do stretching 1 time a week. For my social needs, I spend time with friends. We get together for lunch or dinner. For my spiritual needs, I attend Reiki shares monthly. And then the last question is to list other activities you do throughout the week or month that you didn't list above under the 8 categories, especially those where you're volunteering in a leadership role or the person in charge of something. For my example, I volunteer with a plant-based group. Once you've completed all of those, and if you don't have anything to put under one of the categories, just put none, because they all have this little star, which means that some input is required. Then you'll click the Pay Now button, which takes you to the credit card information. And once you've filled that out, then you'll click the Pay and Confirm. Now what happens to this information is that I will get an email at the same time that you get your email confirmation with the date and time of your appointment. And I also receive the answers to your questionnaire questions. So what do I do with those? I take those and I open up a chart, create a chart for you in a website called Pinup. And I populate it with, sorry about that. I populate it with 5 column headings, each of them being one of the levels that are taught in the Grow Your Advocacy course. Now, if you haven't had Introduction to Grow Your Advocacy yet and learned what these levels are, don't worry about it. We'll cover them briefly in your session. So these levels, protect, nurture, grow, multiply, and defend, I take the activities that you listed and I figure out which of these categories, which of these levels of activity they fit in. And I create these little sticky notes. So in the call on the session, during your session, what we do is we go through these and we talk about, for example, things that maybe where there are gaps in your self-care column for a particular self-care category. In this case, fun, I spend time with my boyfriend, which is a level 201 activity because I'm spending time with a like-minded person. But I didn't list anything here that I do for fun if it's just me and my boyfriend's not available. And there are several things that I do. So in our session, I would talk through that and we would add things that you can do for fun on your own. So for me, it might be gardening, it might be cooking, it might be scrapbooking. We'll add that here. Other things we might talk about is if you invite people to any of these events that you do with like-minded people. For example, once in a while I do invite other Reiki practitioners to attend a Reiki share, and that's a level 301 activity. So I could add that here, change the background color, and put for spiritual, invite others to Reiki share. Underline that, resize the box, and put it in the right column and row. That's a lot of what we do during this call, is to look at your activities and plot them on here, kind of map them out for the category, the self-care category, and then the level column that they apply to. And this document, you'll get a link. I'll send you a link for our session of this document that I have created for you. And we will be looking at it on your screen and my screen in real time. So if I make any changes on my end, you'll see it on your screen and vice versa. And this is a living document. You'll have this document to use, to review, to update at any time. So that's an example of what goes on during our session generally. If you have any other questions, feel free to schedule a 15-minute free call with me or email me at lainey@growyouradvocacy.com. And I look forward to your session. Thanks. Bye.